Hi, I'm Cathy. You may recognize my hands from previous videos, but you probably don't recognize my face. I am not comfortable in front of a camera, and it has taken a pandemic for me to finally film facing the camera. In April, I offered a class to my customers called my a la carte card class. And they were to match up with me 4 different stamp sets. And I had 4 people sign up, and it took 14 projects to get us to match up so that they could get their kits. So I have a lot of projects that are going to be coming up on my channel in the next couple of days. This introduction will be on each and every one of them, but it will, down in the bottom here, show you the minute mark of where you can skip this introduction and go on to the card making. They will be put in a playlist called April a la carte card class. That's so hard to say. And each one will have that description, the person who signed up for the card, and the stamp set. And that way, as you're making your projects, you can just go to your 4 projects. Those of you that are just watching to get inspiration, you're welcome to look at any and all of them. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you stay healthy and safe during this pandemic, and hope that we can all begin to get back together stamping very soon. This card is for Leanne for my a la carte class kit, and this is using the Waterfront stamp set and also the Stitch So Sweetly dies, which are carrying over into the new catalog. And so on the cardstock, I've got a piece of Flirty Flamingo, which is 5.5 by 8.5. I've got a piece of Pool Party, which is 4 by 5.25, and a piece of Whisper White, which is 4 by 5.25. A strip of the Tropical Oasis DSP that measures 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches. And then I have another piece of that same DSP that measures 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/8 inch. And then a piece of this one, the same one, with the back of it. You'll be using this side, and that is 3 1/8 by 4 1/4. And then finally, you will need a piece of Whisper White that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 that you're going to be using the Stitch So Sweetly die, and it is the largest one. Sorry, I took it off camera in order to measure which one it is, but it's the largest one of them. And then what I did is I took the Layering Circles dies, and I used the circle that is 2 3/8 inches and cut out a mask out of a Post-it note. So to create this card, I'm going to take the mask and place it here in the center. I'm actually a little bit up from the center. I'm not centered this way, but not quite that way. And then for inks, I have Flirty Flamingo, So Saffron, and Pool Party. And Leanne, I think you had all 3 of these. So the first thing you want to do before I do that, and back up a second here, is we're going to stamp our mountains from the Waterfront. And we're going to place those a little higher than halfway up, just like that. And then we can do our palm trees. So there's the base, and here's the palm fronds. And we'll set that to the side and stamp the sentiment afterward. So we're going to place this here. And again, I want those palm trees disappearing into this a little bit. Now, when you're doing this, what I recommend is stick them up here, but not down here. So I'm going to work on this top section, and then I'm going to take that off and turn it the other directions to do it. And that way I'm not running the risk of this coming up and popping up on me. So I'm going to start with my So Saffron. And that is going to go right up against the mountains. And I'm going to stamp off a little bit and make sure I don't have too much ink. And I'm going to stay real in tight up against that. And just kind of bring it like that. Okay. So then I'll come back with the Fleur de Flamingo. And kind of blend into that a bit. Just like that. And then finally get the Pool Party. And blend down into that a little bit too. Just like that, okay? Then I'm going to take this off and spin it around. And I'll just match up here. And then allow that to set back down. And then this time I'll be just using the Pool Party. Now you want to be careful to not get outside of this Post-it note here. So be careful about that. Get this smoothed out a little bit. Now this one, because I'm doing it faster, is a little more intense than my other sample, but that's fine. So there we go. Actually, I like the way that one looks. And then we'll come back with the sentiment. And stamp that down here at the bottom. Just like that. Now here's another one that I did that does not have much of the yellow at all and is a little bit lighter. And this will lighten up as it dries a bit. And then here's the sample. So they all look a little bit different depending upon how much of each of the colors you get in there. And Leanne, I gave you a couple of the Post-it notes, and I gave you 2 of these pieces so that you can play around with it. And if you have an issue, you've still got one to work with. So then for assembly, it's a pretty simple assembly on this one. This is going to just get glued down onto this piece. just like that. And then that, let's move this out of the way. And this one will be glued on. And again, this is going to have about a 1/16 of an inch around each side. I like that little matting for a little bit of color, but not too much. And then that will go here like this. This is going to have dimensionals on the back. Just like that. And for the inside of the card, I'm going to kind of measure this piece at the bottom. I'll probably just hold that there, bring back my memento. Let me get the card out of the way. My memento ink. And have those legs just the bottom of those right at the base, and then palm tree tops there. Oops, got something sticking. Glue that down there, and then I've got a piece of the Pool Party shimmer ribbon. I think this is retired, but we're gonna use it anyway. And a piece of double-sided tape, the tear-in tape. Place that along there like that. You could use Pool Party cardstock if you don't have this ribbon in your collection, or any coordinating ribbon would work, or washi tape. Place that on there. And this card would be pretty much great for anything, whether it be a birthday or get well, anything that you need a card for. So let's place this here. And there we go. And so there is your card, Leanne.